Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Sunday. It is March the 17th, 2019. Gonna look at the third race from Gulfstream, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Also, join me in about 13 days' time for the Florida Derby here from Gulfstream. It's gonna be an excellent weekend of racing. Also, in 13 days' time is the Dubai World Cup, and also, while I'm here promoting things, so in about 6 days' time, we have the Louisiana Derby from Fairgrounds, which was actually drawn yesterday. That looks like a great card from there. And 1 week out from the Sunland Derby, so we have some great races around the corner. This is when the stakes racing in here in America really starts to heat up, and we'll have starting, even with this weekend, from this weekend until basically in November, we have great racing all throughout. Within 2 weeks, shall we say, within 2 weeks out of the year, that you have those stupid weekends of no good races in the summer, mainly the the week right after July 4th. But we'll go talk about that in a little bit. But today's third race from Gulfstream I'll look at, which is allowance optional claimer purse $51,000 race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Number one, $10,000 on the in-claim starter restricted allowance race, or which never won 2 races, or an optional claim price of $25,000. We have a field of 8 horses. The 8 horse is and main track only, so only 7 can go the distance of ground here of 1,000 meters, or the distance of ground of 5 furlongs on the turf course. 1,000 meters, 5 furlongs, turf. And the rail is out today at 36 feet, so that's the inner portion of the turf course. My top selection here, I'm going to go to the number 6 horse, First Spring. I'm going to go 6-3-5-2 in the superfecta. 6-3-5-2 super, top selection 6 horse, First Spring. 4-year-old gelding by Spring at Last, and God, I can't wait for spring here in New York City. It's been either very cold or mild. We haven't had a lot of snow, which has been good, but next week is spring, and hopefully in 2 weeks we'll be on the turf here at Aqueduct, but can't wait for that. But this is South Florida, where it's always warm, mostly. But Marquez trains to win. Jose Ortiz picks up the mount. This horse hasn't been seen since the 22nd of September here at Gulfstream, about 7.5 in the Bears Den Stakes. The horse finished 6th by 4 3/4 lengths there, and just had nothing. Stalked it early on, and just had nothing. Didn't quicken up. It wasn't the day to win. I think cutting back in distance to 5 furlongs today, where he'll stalk off a good pace, I think he'll really get something going. Before that, he ran the 10th of August here at Gulfstream, 7.5 and optional 16 claimer, and the horse won by half length. He went straight to the front end and didn't look back. It was a very good race, even though I don't think he liked the routing trip. And then before that was his first as a gelding, and then before that he ran over on the 29th of June at Churchill, mile and allowance race 59,000. He finished 6th by 5.5 lengths. Was wide throughout, stalked early on, but he just never got something going. Off subject, but that allowance race at Churchill was worth $59,000. On Derby week, I think there's going to be allowance races for like $110,000 or some stupid amount like that during the regular portion of the Churchill spring meeting this year. They're going to have allowance races, I believe, going for 80 something thousand. Didn't look at the condition book so clearly yet, but it's some stupid amount, just in par with in New York. So good for them. Too bad a lot of the horse players won't play them because the takeouts were raised so high. Well, you have to think about it also. They raised the takeout, but still not as high as some other tracks in the country, but it's still pretty high. But off subject, I don't want to start a debate here, but before that, this horse ran again at Churchill, on the 8th, and on main special weight 50,000, and he won by half length. The turf course that weekend, I've noticed, going back to the charts, it was playing towards speed, and this horse took good advantage of the speed and went away with it, even though I don't think he likes him on the 8th. And then the last time he sprinted on the turf course came the 18th of February of last year at the Fairgrounds, 5.5 main special weight 38,000. He finished second by 1/4 lengths. He closed up well from the last, and it was a very good run. Even both his sprinting efforts were really good at the Fairgrounds. Coming from behind today, I think he'll run well, so at 3-1, I'll take him as a top selection. So to recap my selection for the third from Gulfstream, I'm going to take the 6 horse, First Spring. I'll go 6-3-5-2 in the superfecta. So good luck to one. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.